After watching the Diddy documentary, I recognized patterns about power in human behavior that I've seen repeat themselves in creative spaces across cultures and in real life. Understand them and you end up navigating them successfully and extracting something from them. Ignore them and you get caught up, usually exploited by those who don't. My name is Q, this is Dirty Chai Media, where we talk about people, power, and purpose, and the patterns that shape them from an artist's perspective. Number 1, people are sheep and they'll follow blindly, even if there's no moral structures in place. Power isn't inherently good or bad, it's a tool. But the problem is, it's a tool for the beholder, and who they are as a person is going to influence how they navigate that tool. People usually default to following authority, even if it harms them or others. As a leader, you set the structure, culture, and the rules. You decide what's allowed and what's not. But it's your responsibility to put these frameworks into place to keep yourself and other people safe. Number 2, most people go along with the crowd until somebody stops them. Followers are vulnerable. People are always going to gravitate to what's easiest instead of what's right. And most of the time, that's because people don't have their own internal moral framework. Social pressures are usually what influence people's actions. That's why that phrase, keeping up with the Joneses, is so familiar. That's why people are so influenced by social media, even if it's bad for them and negative for them. It's like an addiction. People's validation and the chemicals that it releases in the human body can be addictive. So without a very strong internal compass, you're likely going to be a follower, and that's okay. But you need to know and understand that followers are vulnerable to the person with power. And that's why people can be manipulated, pressured, or taken advantage of, usually without them even realizing it. So what's the takeaway? You can protect yourself by observing group dynamics, reading motives, and keeping strong personal boundaries. Don't compromise on those boundaries. Think about your non-negotiables, or even before you go into spaces, have your own personal motives. What are you wanting to accomplish in these spaces? Don't go into spaces with no real plan or desire for an outcome, because then you're at the whim of people who actually do have an outcome and who might actually want to be exploitative toward you. Number 3 is more of a principle to help you stay safe in these dynamics. And overall, what was most obvious in the Diddy documentary to me is never romanticize someone else's life. You only see what people let you see, and usually that's whatever's on the surface. Especially in this day and time where people post only their highlight reels on social media. We've all heard it, we all know it, but still we forget. Everybody has struggles, compromises, and unseen realities. Comparing yourself to others or craving validation is dangerous because you think you know people, but you never really do. And craving validation creates in you an insatiable appetite that does anything for the applause of people. You end up violating your own boundaries to please other people or for their acceptance. Instead, run your own race, measure success by your own standards, and practice gratitude for your own process. To keep yourself safe, check who holds power and what structures are in place to either keep that person accountable or keep the people who are following that person safe. Whether it's in relationships, work, or creative collaborations, power dynamics matter. Look at who's making the decisions and whether there are moral guardrails to protect you. On your platform or in your projects, you can put these lessons into action implicitly or explicitly so you can learn to navigate influence without losing yourself. The biggest takeaway, in my view, from the Diddy documentary is people are highly susceptible to power, status, and group dynamics. If you're a leader, it's on you to build moral structure for the safety of yourself and those around you. If you're a follower, you're vulnerable. Most people go along with anything until another leader either stops it or authorities step in and apprehend that individual to keep them accountable. That's dangerous for everybody. Finally, never romanticize somebody else's life because you think you know people, but you never really do. You think something's easy, but it's not always that easy. You think you know what it took for this person to get there, here, or there. You think you have what it takes. That isn't always the case. Be grateful and run your own race. I'm Q, this is Dirty Chai Media. If you like this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and drop me a comment. Let me know what you took away from documentary. We'll see you guys on the next one.